The galaxy was quiet. Too quiet. Stars twinkled silently in the darkness of space, but there was something wrong. A strange emptiness hung between the planets, and the usual hum of alien communication networks had vanished. Across hundreds of systems, radios, transmitters, and communication arrays were dead. No signals. No messages. Nothing. On dozens of distant worlds, alien leaders stared at their screens, confusion and fear spreading across their faces. The alert repeated itself everywhere. Unknown human ship detected. No one knew how it had appeared or where it had come from. The message repeated itself like a warning, echoing through the halls of alien command centers. Officers whispered nervously. Generals tapped at their consoles. Some tried to contact their fleets, but all replies failed. It was as if the galaxy itself had gone silent. The first reports came from the outer rim of the galaxy. Scouts sent to patrol distant systems had detected something massive. A shape too large to be a regular ship. Too fast to be expected. On long-range scanners, the silhouette of a battleship appeared, its hull glowing faintly with energy lines no one had ever seen before. It moved steadily, methodically, across the empty void. It was the quantum drive battleship, humanity's first of its kind. Earth had kept it a secret for decades, hiding its creation while the galaxy believed humans were a minor, primitive species. Alien empires thought they had time to expand, to explore, to dominate. They had underestimated humanity. The appearance of the ship sent ripples of panic through the alien fleets. Commanders froze in disbelief. The shape on the scanners was enormous, larger than any capital ship in the known galaxy. Its design was unlike anything they had encountered. Smooth armor, sharp angles, a faint shimmer across its surface that hinted at advanced energy shielding. And it moved faster than anything the aliens could comprehend. "Impossible," whispered one alien commander. "It cannot travel this fast." "It cannot be." His voice trailed off as his sensors continued to feed images of the ship's silhouette. Every system it passed seemed to light up with a strange energy, almost as if the galaxy itself recognized its presence. Panic spread silently across the galaxy. On some planets, citizens watched the skies for signs of the unknown ship, though most could only see the faint glow of distant stars. On battle stations and spaceports, alarms rang. Alien fleets prepared to launch, but hesitation gripped every leader. No one wanted to be the first to engage. Every move was measured, cautious, because none of them knew what they were facing. The quantum drive battleship did not respond to transmissions. It did not retreat. It simply appeared on scanners, and its massive silhouette loomed over the alien fleets. Its presence was not just a threat, it was a statement. Humanity was here, and humanity was different. Inside the ship, Earth's crew remained calm. Years of training, preparation, and secrecy had led to this moment. Scientists monitored the quantum drive systems, ensuring stability for the first jump into enemy territory. Officers coordinated navigation, weapons, and communications. Every eye was fixed on the holographic displays, every hand ready at its station. This was the moment humanity would show the galaxy what it had built in secret. Back on alien worlds, fear turned to confusion. The fleets had numbers, power, and experience. They had dominated star systems for centuries. But now, with the human ship moving silently across the stars, all their confidence vanished. Some tried to send messages, warning others, but there was no pattern to the humans' actions. It was not an attack yet, but the very presence of the quantum drive battleship shattered the illusion of control. The galaxy held its breath. Every scanner, every monitor, every sensor was fixed on the mysterious shape. And for the first time, aliens realized something terrifying. Humanity was not just a small, primitive species. Humanity had been preparing, silently, in the shadows, for something the galaxy could not yet understand. The first whispers spread among the alien leaders. What is this ship? Where did it come from? Could one planet create something like this? No answers came. Only the cold, steady movement of the quantum drive battleship across the stars. It was coming closer to the core of the galaxy, to the heart of the alien fleets. Its engines hummed softly, unseen but felt across the networks. Every pulse of energy reminded the galaxy of one undeniable fact. Humans had changed the rules. And in that moment, as panic spread and every alien fleet scrambled to respond, the narration echoed across the galaxy, in every mind that could comprehend the threat. No one knew what humanity had built, until now. The galaxy had been silent. But the silence was broken, not with explosions, not with violence. It was broken with the presence of a single ship, a ship that carried the future of humanity and the fear of an entire galaxy. Every alien, from the lowest soldier to the highest warlord, felt it. A new era was beginning. Humanity was awake. Humanity was powerful. And the galaxy would never be the same. Deep within Earth's orbit, the quantum drive battleship moved like a silent giant. From the outside it seemed calm, almost peaceful. But inside, every corridor and control room buzzed with focused energy. Scientists, engineers, and officers worked together, monitoring the ship's systems. The quantum drive hummed softly, a power no alien in the galaxy had ever seen. This was humanity's secret. For decades, Earth had quietly built a ship that could move faster than light in ways alien empires had only dreamed about. Its technology was advanced, even beyond human understanding in some ways. Every piece of the ship, from its hull to its engines, was designed for one purpose: to survive in a galaxy filled with enemies far stronger in numbers. The crew had trained for this moment their entire lives. Young officers had studied alien strategies, learned alien languages, and studied every known tactic of space warfare. Every human aboard the ship was ready, not just to fight but to outthink the galaxy's most powerful fleets. On the bridge, the captain stood tall, staring at the holographic display of the galaxy. The alien fleets were visible now, hundreds of ships in formation, waiting. They thought they had seen everything. They believed humans were weak, that Earth had nothing of value, and that a single ship could never challenge their might. They were wrong. The ship's weapons systems were online. Massive railguns, plasma cannons, and advanced missile arrays waited silently. But the quantum drive battleship didn't need brute force alone. Its greatest weapon was its ability to appear and disappear across the battlefield in an instant. The quantum drive allowed the ship to vanish from one location and emerge in another before an enemy could react. It was a technology that defied conventional physics, a tool that made numbers meaningless. Back on the alien worlds, commanders were growing nervous. Scouts sent to observe the ship were disappearing. One moment they would detect a faint energy reading. The next, nothing. Communication with the scouts went dead. Panic started spreading among the lower ranks. Inside the ship, the humans were calm. The scientists checked the energy course. The engineers verified the weapon calibrations. The officers ran simulations of battle scenarios, each more complex than the last. Everyone knew the first jump into enemy space would be dangerous. But fear did not exist here. Only preparation, only confidence in the technology they had built. Finally, the captain gave the order. A soft hum filled the ship as the quantum drive began to charge. On the bridge, displays showed the stars stretching and warping as the ship prepared to make its first jump. Outside, the galaxy waited. The alien fleets, unaware of the true power of humanity's creation, had no idea what was about to hit them. The ship jumped. In an instant, it vanished from the scanners of thousands of alien ships. Panic erupted across enemy command centers. "Where did it go?" shouted one alien commander. "It was right there a moment ago." Seconds later, the ship appeared inside the alien fleet's perimeter, a shadow that moved faster than thought possible. Lasers and missiles fired immediately, but the human ship had already anticipated the attack. It moved with precision, dodging and weaving like a predator hunting in silence. Every blast that could have hit it passed harmlessly by, and every alien sensor that tried to lock on failed. The crew worked in perfect coordination. Each officer knew their role instinctively. Weapons fired at critical targets with precision. Energy shields absorbed incoming fire. The human ship was more than metal and technology, it was a machine controlled by minds who understood the art of war better than any alien fleet could imagine. Back on Earth, scientists watched the real-time data streaming from the ship. They held their breath, not for fear but for excitement. Years of work, decades of secrecy, were now proving their worth. Humanity was showing the galaxy that it had arrived, not as a minor species, but as a force to be reckoned with. Across the alien fleets, confusion turned to terror. Ships that had once been feared now appeared fragile. Alien leaders tried to coordinate attacks, but their orders were too slow, too predictable. Every move the humans made was unexpected. Every jump from the quantum drive threw alien formations into chaos. And in that chaos, the true power of humanity became clear. One ship, guided by human intelligence and armed with impossible technology, could outmatch thousands of ships. The galaxy had underestimated humans for centuries, and now it was paying the price. The captain gave one final order as the first attack began in earnest. "Engage. Show them what humanity can do." Energy beams tore through alien hulls. Explosions lit the darkness of space. Ships crumpled under the power of railguns fired with perfect timing. The human ship moved through the battlefield like a ghost, striking with precision, disappearing before any retaliation could land. Alien fleets were stunned. They had faced wars before. They had fought against countless civilizations. But they had never seen anything like this. This was not just a battle. This was a revelation. Humanity had built a weapon the galaxy could not ignore, and it was only the beginning. In the silence of space, as stars shimmered around the massive battleship, the humans on board knew one thing: the galaxy had changed. One ship had proven that humans were no longer a minor species. One ship had shown that humans could fight, and win, against impossible odds. The quantum drive battleship was no longer just a ship. It was a symbol, a warning, a promise that humanity had arrived, and the galaxy would never forget it. The quantum drive battleship appeared suddenly among the alien armada. Thousands of ships, spread across the dark void, turned as one toward the new threat. Their weapons glowed with energy, ready to destroy what they thought was a single human ship. Confidence filled the alien commanders. They had fought countless battles, crushed entire civilizations, and yet here was one ship, a lone vessel from a small planet, daring to enter their space. The human crew did not flinch. On the bridge, the captain studied the alien formations on the holographic display. Every ship, every movement, every potential attack vector was calculated in seconds. Officers called out positions, weapon readiness, and shield status. The quantum drive thrummed softly, ready to vanish at a moment's notice. This was no ordinary battle. This was the moment humanity would reveal its true power. The alien fleet opened fire. Blasts of plasma and energy tore through the darkness, aimed at the human ship. But before a single weapon could hit, the battleship vanished. It had jumped through space in an instant, reappearing closer to the enemy command ships. Alien sensors scrambled to track it, but the humans moved faster than anything they could predict. The first railgun blast struck. A massive alien destroyer exploded, tearing apart into fragments that glowed in the void. Shock rippled through the alien fleet. Their confidence began to crack. How could one ship, from one planet, destroy such a large ship so easily? The human ship continued its assault, moving like a ghost. Every alien weapon fired at where the ship had been, only to hit empty space. The quantum drive allowed it to jump unpredictably, striking key targets with deadly precision. Command ships, missile platforms, and alien cruisers fell one by one. Chaos spread. Alien leaders barked orders, trying to regroup their forces, but every plan failed. The humans seemed to anticipate every attack, every movement. It was as if the ship had a mind of its own, guided by the brilliance and courage of its crew. Inside the human battleship, tension mixed with focus. Every officer knew the importance of timing. Every weapon had a target. Every jump through the quantum drive was calculated perfectly. The crew worked in harmony, turning the impossible into reality. This was the culmination of decades of planning, years of training, and centuries of underestimation by the galaxy. Explosions lit the void as alien ships fell like stars burning out. Some tried to retreat, others attempted to surround the human ship, but each maneuver failed. The quantum drive battleship moved unpredictably, slipping through formations and striking from angles no alien could anticipate. One alien warlord screamed in rage. "It is only one ship. How can one vessel destroy so many?" But the answer was clear to everyone watching the battle unfold. This was not just a ship. This was humanity itself, armed with technology, strategy, and courage beyond anything the galaxy had imagined. The human captain watched as the last line of alien defense approached. He did not hesitate. Orders were given, weapons unleashed, and the remaining command ships were disabled. The alien fleet was in disarray. Panic spread like wildfire. Their formations collapsed, their soldiers fled, and the Armada, once confident and proud, now faced total defeat. For the humans aboard, there was no celebration. They remained focused, ensuring that every alien ship was neutralized or forced to retreat. They had a mission and they would complete it. This was more than a victory, it was proof that humanity could survive, that humans could fight against impossible odds, and that no empire could underestimate them again. From the perspective of alien worlds, the scene was terrifying. Reports streamed in from distant fleets, showing the destruction of ships that were once thought invincible. The unknown human ship moved like a phantom, striking without warning, disappearing before retaliation could land. Fear spread faster than light across the galaxy. And still, the human battleship moved onward. It did not stop to celebrate, did not pause to rest. Every alien fleet it passed felt the same dread. Humanity had arrived and the galaxy would never be the same. The first encounter had ended, but the message was clear. One ship from Earth had just proven that humans were a force the galaxy could not ignore. The captain turned to his crew. "Report damage and status," he said calmly. Every officer nodded. Systems were fully operational. Weapons were ready. The quantum drive hummed, waiting for the next move. Humanity had won its first battle, but the war in the stars had only just begun. And across the galaxy, alien leaders whispered in fear, disbelief, and anger. "We underestimated them, once. We will not make that mistake again." The first encounter was over, but the legend of the quantum drive battleship had begun. One ship, one crew, one planet's determination had shaken the galaxy to its core. And humanity had shown that no empire, no matter how powerful, could ignore them again. The battlefield was chaos. Alien ships drifted in disarray, many crippled, others burning as fragments of their hulls floated across the void. Yet even amid the destruction, the human crew aboard the quantum drive battleship remained calm. They were not just reacting, they were thinking, planning, and using every advantage their technology gave them. The captain stood on the bridge, eyes fixed on the holographic display. Thousands of alien ships, scattered and panicked, were still dangerous. Numbers alone could overwhelm even the most advanced vessel. But the human ship had something the aliens did not: intelligence, creativity, and a weapon that could strike unpredictably. "Quantum drive ready," the chief engineer reported. "All systems stable. Weapons primed." The captain nodded. "Prepare for multiple jumps. We will divide their forces. Focus on command ships first. Do not waste a shot." Officers at their stations moved with precision. Every calculation was done in seconds. Every jump through space was plotted to hit the alien fleet where it was weakest. The human ship vanished from one location and reappeared behind enemy lines, striking key command ships with precision railgun fire. The aliens had numbers, but they lacked flexibility. Their ships moved in rigid formations designed for conventional battles. But the humans did not fight conventionally. Each jump scattered alien formations, forcing ships into collisions or leaving them vulnerable to targeted strikes. Every time the aliens tried to regroup, the quantum drive battleship appeared in a new location, like a ghost that could not be caught. "Shields at 80%, reported the tactical officer. "Enemy fleet attempting to regroup." "Good," said the captain. "Let them come to us. Their predictability is our advantage." The human crew's minds worked like a single organism. Calculators, strategists, and AI worked together, finding weak points in alien defenses. Targeting systems selected the most critical enemy ships: command vessels, supply carriers, and war machines. The ships struck with precision, each hit crippling the aliens' ability to fight as a coordinated force. Alien commanders were frantic. Orders were shouted, fleets were rerouted, but nothing worked. Every maneuver was countered before it could be executed. The quantum drive battleship seemed to anticipate every strategy, every tactic, as if it could think faster than any alien mind. One alien admiral, desperate, tried to split the fleet into smaller groups to surround the human ship. But the humans had already predicted this. Quantum jumps placed them in the center of the enemy formations, striking from angles that the aliens could not defend. Ships that thought they had safe positions were destroyed in seconds. Fear spread quickly. The battlefield was a chessboard, and the humans were always 2 moves ahead. The aliens could only react, unable to predict where the human ship would appear next. Energy beams tore through vital systems. Missiles meant to strike the human ship were dodged effortlessly. Every action the aliens took only made them more vulnerable. "Status report," the captain commanded. "All enemy command ships disabled or destroyed," the tactical officer replied. "Remaining forces are scattered. Many are retreating. Collateral damage is minimal." The captain allowed a small nod. He knew this was not just brute strength, it was strategy that won the day. One ship with one crew had outsmarted thousands. The galaxy had assumed numbers and firepower were all that mattered. But the humans had proved that intelligence, planning, and adaptability could change the outcome of any battle. From the perspective of the alien fleets, it was horrifying. They had trained for war. They had fought hundreds of battles. But never had they faced an opponent who could predict and counter every move. They could not comprehend the speed, precision, and intelligence of the human ship. Their confidence shattered completely. The crew continued to press their advantage. Each jump was calculated, each strike precise. They did not waste energy or weapons on targets that did not matter. The quantum drive battleship moved like a predator in space, hunting strategically, dismantling the alien fleets piece by piece. Even as the aliens tried new formations and desperate maneuvers, the humans adapted instantly. Every tactic failed. Every strategy was countered. Chaos became complete. The alien fleets had lost not only ships but the will to fight. The fear of one small planet, Earth, and its seemingly impossible weapon had spread faster than any laser or missile. Finally, the captain gave the order to stand down temporarily. The enemy fleets were scattered, their command structures destroyed, and the remaining ships were fleeing into the dark. The humans had proven their point. One ship, guided by genius strategy and superior technology, could dominate thousands. The bridge was quiet except for the hum of the quantum drive. Officers exchanged glances, understanding the significance of what they had accomplished. Humanity had done more than win a battle, they had reshaped the perception of what a single planet could achieve in the galaxy. The captain addressed the crew. This is only the beginning. They will return and the galaxy will come for us. But today we have shown them one truth: humans are not weak. Humans are not to be underestimated. And we will continue to fight smarter than anyone expects. The quantum drive battleship moved silently through the void, a symbol of intelligence, strategy, and unstoppable human ingenuity. Across the galaxy, alien fleets fled or trembled in fear, knowing that they had faced something far beyond their understanding. The battle was over, but the legend of humanity's tactical genius had only begun. One ship had outsmarted an entire armada, and the galaxy would never see humans the same way again. The alien fleets were in chaos. Ships scattered across space like frightened insects, drifting aimlessly as their leaders shouted orders that could not be followed. Panic rippled through every command center, every war station, and every fleet across the galaxy. The once feared armada of the aliens had become weak, confused, and vulnerable. Reports from different sectors arrived too late to help. Destroyers had fallen, cruisers were disabled, and command ships were obliterated. Alien soldiers whispered among themselves in fear, afraid to even look at the view screens. The unknown human ship had shattered their confidence in a single brilliant display of power and strategy. On the bridge of the quantum drive battleship, humans monitored the chaos. Sensors displayed the disorganized alien forces in vivid detail. The captain and officers exchanged calm glances. Every move the humans had planned had worked perfectly. Every calculation, every quantum drive jump, every precise strike had brought the alien fleets to this point. Enemy morale is collapsing, the tactical officer reported. Communication between their ships is almost non-existent. Many are fleeing or turning on each other. The captain nodded. Good. Let them panic. Fear is as effective a weapon as any railgun. Alien leaders, however, were desperate. War councils erupted into arguments as commanders accused each other of failures. Some fleets tried to regroup, but without their command ships, coordination was impossible. Ships collided in space, missiles fired at friendly vessels, and soldiers abandoned their posts. The galaxy had never witnessed such disorder on this scale. From orbit around distant planets, citizens watched the destruction unfold. Some had never seen humans or their technology, but now they were hearing stories, rumors of a single ship that could topple thousands. Even without understanding the details, the fear spread. The unknown human ship had become a legend before the battle had even ended. Inside the alien fleets, panic turned into terror. Pilots refused to engage. War machines froze in the void. Commanders tried to issue new orders, but the humans were always one step ahead. Every attempt at a coordinated strike failed. The quantum drive battleship struck first, vanished, and reappeared where the aliens least expected it. Every strike disrupted formations and destroyed key ships. The first shock had come when their destroyers were wiped out. The second when command ships fell. The third when humans anticipated every maneuver. And now, the final blow was the realization that they were helpless. Numbers, experience, and technology meant nothing when one ship could predict, dodge, and destroy with such ease. One alien admiral screamed over the communication channel. "We cannot defeat them. They are not even like us." But even his words carried no hope. His own fleet ignored him, fleeing in all directions. Ships that had fought in hundreds of wars now ran from a single human vessel. The human captain watched it all unfold silently. No celebration, no exclamations of victory. There was only focus. Humanity had shown what it could do, not through overwhelming force alone, but through discipline, precision, and strategy. Alien panic was the ultimate proof that humans were no longer a species to be dismissed. Meanwhile, alien warlords began making hasty decisions. Entire fleets turned back toward home systems, abandoning their campaigns to escape the wrath of a single human ship. Political advisors debated whether Earth should be destroyed at all costs, but fear had clouded judgment. Many feared that any attack might be futile, that humans might simply appear wherever they were not expected. The humans did not chase the fleeing ships. That was not their goal. The quantum drive battleship moved with purpose, striking only where necessary. It was a predator controlling the battlefield, letting fear do the rest of the work. The collapse of the alien forces was more effective than any full assault. Panic had become the deadliest weapon, and humanity wielded it perfectly. Across the galaxy, the story spread quickly. Alien fleets whispered to one another in disbelief. Systems that had once been secure were now vulnerable. Rumors of the ghost ship from Earth traveled faster than the quantum drive itself. Every civilization began to reconsider its view of humans. Back on the human battleship, the crew maintained focus. The chaos they caused was not for ego or fame, it was strategy. They had proven that intelligence, planning, and adaptability could overcome overwhelming odds. One planet had shown the galaxy that numbers alone could not guarantee victory. The captain spoke quietly, almost to himself. They will remember this day. Fear is in their minds now. And they will think twice before underestimating humanity again. As the alien fleets retreated into the darkness, panic continued to spread like wildfire. Ships drifted, systems failed, and orders were ignored. The humans had won the psychological battle as much as the physical one. Across the stars, the galaxy knew a new player had arrived, a force that could not be ignored, a species that had risen from obscurity to challenge the mightiest empires. The first battle was over, but its effects would last far longer than any explosion or destroyed ship. Alien panic had proven that humanity's ingenuity and courage were unmatched, and that one planet with one perfect ship could shake the foundations of the galaxy itself. The quantum drive battleship moved silently onward, leaving behind the ruins of alien pride and the whispers of fear. Across the void, the message was clear: humans had arrived and the galaxy would never be the same. The battlefield was quiet now, but not peaceful. Alien ships floated lifelessly in the void, some burning, others broken into pieces that drifted endlessly through the stars. The once mighty Armada had been shattered, and the galaxy had witnessed a new reality. One human ship could defeat thousands of alien vessels. The quantum drive battleship moved calmly through the wreckage. Its hull glimmered faintly under the starlight, unscathed, its weapons ready but unused. Every strike, every jump, every maneuver had been calculated perfectly. Humanity had not only survived, they had dominated. On the bridge, the crew allowed themselves a moment to breathe. The sensors showed the enemy's last ships fleeing in every direction. Communication with alien fleets was gone. Panic, confusion, and fear had won the battle without needing to destroy every vessel. Humanity had proven its superiority not just in firepower, but in strategy, precision, and courage. The captain addressed the crew. "Status report," he said calmly. "All systems fully operational," the tactical officer replied. "Enemy forces scattered and fleeing. No immediate threats detected." "Good," the captain said. "This is our message to the galaxy. One ship, one planet can rise above empires. Humanity will not be ignored." In the alien worlds, the aftermath was chaotic. Leaders argued, fleets retreated, and citizens whispered rumors of the human battleship. Entire civilizations now feared what they had once dismissed. The name of the quantum drive battleship spread quickly. The ghost ship from Earth, a weapon that could strike anywhere at any time. Alien commanders could not believe that one ship had accomplished so much. Even as they fled, the aliens knew they had faced something beyond their understanding. Their confidence was shattered. Empires that had thought themselves invincible now realized that technology, intelligence, and determination could outweigh numbers. Fear replaced arrogance. Strategy replaced blind aggression. Humanity had rewritten the rules of the galaxy. Back aboard the battleship, Earth's crew continued to monitor the remaining fleets. Every ship that had survived the initial assault was either retreating or immobilized. The humans did not celebrate loudly. Their focus remained steady. This victory was more than a single battle. It was proof of what humanity could achieve when united, determined, and clever. Scientists watched the data streaming from the battlefield. Engineers checked energy cores, shields, and weapons. Every system was flawless. The quantum drive, the railguns, the targeting systems, all had performed beyond expectations. Humanity had not only built a weapon, they had built a symbol, a demonstration that Earth could stand against the galaxy's strongest empires. The alien fleets, meanwhile, were in disarray. Pilots abandoned ships mid-flight. Soldiers refused to fight. Commanders debated whether Earth should be destroyed immediately, but fear clouded every decision. They had underestimated humanity, and the cost had been immediate and devastating. The galaxy was learning a lesson it would not forget. The captain turned to his crew. Today we have done more than win. We have sent a warning. We have shown that humans are not weak. We have proven that intelligence, courage, and determination can overcome impossible odds. The crew nodded. They had trained for this moment, and now their preparation had saved humanity from potential annihilation. Every jump, every strike, every strategy had worked perfectly. Humanity had triumphed. As the quantum drive battleship moved toward the edges of the battlefield, it did so with purpose. Its engines hummed softly, leaving trails of faint energy that would linger in the sensors of any alien ships foolish enough to follow. The human vessel had shown its might, but it also carried a message. Humanity would continue to grow, advance, and defend itself. The galaxy had seen its first warning, and it would see more if needed. Across alien systems, news of the defeat spread like wildfire. Entire civilizations re-evaluated their strategies, their assumptions, and their view of humanity. What they had once considered a primitive species had now become a force to fear, respect, and never underestimate again. The quantum drive battleship did not stop. Humanity had won, but it had not grown complacent. The galaxy was vast, full of unknown dangers and opportunities. One battle had been won, but the war for recognition, survival, and dominance had only just begun. The captain spoke quietly as he looked out into the stars. Let them remember this day. Let them remember the power, strategy, and courage of one planet. Humanity has triumphed, and the galaxy will never be the same. The human ship moved onward, leaving behind shattered fleets, ruined pride, and a galaxy forever changed. One ship had proven that determination, intelligence, and courage could overcome even the greatest armadas. Humanity had won its first great victory, and the legend of the quantum drive battleship had begun. In the silence of space, the message was clear. Earth had arrived, and humanity would never again be dismissed. The galaxy had seen what one determined species could do, and it would never forget. The galaxy was silent once more. But it was a different kind of silence, one filled with fear, respect, and awe. Alien fleets had retreated, shattered, and humiliated. Commanders argued, citizens whispered, and leaders reassessed everything they thought they knew about humanity. One planet had changed the balance of power across countless star systems. One ship had rewritten history. The quantum drive battleship returned to Earth's orbit. Its engines hummed quietly, the faint glow of the hull reflecting in the planet's atmosphere. The crew moved through the ship with calm efficiency, checking systems, repairing minor damage, and reviewing data from the battles. There were no celebrations, no parades. Humans did not need applause. They had done more than defeat an armada. They had proved the strength, intelligence, and ingenuity of their entire species. In command centers across Earth, scientists and officers monitored reports from the galaxy. Every message that came in from alien systems confirmed what the humans already knew. The legend of the quantum drive battleship had begun. The galaxy now feared humanity not for its numbers but for its skill, strategy, and technology. One planet had reminded the stars that humans were not to be underestimated. The captain stood on the bridge, staring at the stars. The battle was over, but the war for influence, recognition, and survival was far from done. Today we showed them what humans can do, he said quietly. Tomorrow we will continue to grow, to advance, and to protect our home. The galaxy must understand that humanity is here to stay. Officers nodded. Every crew member understood the weight of their actions. They had not just fought a battle, they had carved a place for humanity among the stars. And now, every alien empire would think twice before challenging Earth or dismissing humans as weak. Across the galaxy, alien leaders convened in emergency councils. Discussions were tense, filled with anger, fear, and disbelief. Many wanted to strike back immediately, to destroy the human threat. But others hesitated. One ship had destroyed entire fleets. One planet had proven that humans were unpredictable, relentless, and clever. Fear tempered their decisions. Even among common citizens of alien worlds, whispers of humanity spread like wildfire. Stories of the single ship that had outsmarted and destroyed entire armadas became legends. The ghost from Earth, they called it. The phantom ship. Tales of human courage and ingenuity traveled faster than fleets of warships ever could. The name of humanity would be remembered across star systems, for generations to come. Back on Earth, humanity continued its quiet preparation. The quantum drive battleship docked safely, and its crew disembarked. Scientists returned to laboratories, engineers refined technology, and officers trained the next generation. There was no complacency. The galaxy had been warned, but threats would continue to emerge. Humans had proven their power, but they knew they must continue to evolve. The captain spoke again to the crew, addressing them as both warriors and ambassadors of Earth. "We have fought well," he said. "But this is only the beginning. The galaxy is vast, full of unknown dangers and opportunities. Humanity has made its mark, but we must continue to grow. We must prepare for the challenges to come. One day our species will reach farther than anyone imagines." For the crew, these words were more than strategy, they were a promise. Humanity had risen from a small, overlooked planet to challenge entire empires. They had survived when others would have perished. They had outsmarted fleets and proven that intelligence, courage and unity were more powerful than numbers alone. The legacy of the quantum drive battleship would not fade. Across the galaxy, every species that witnessed the battle, or heard of it, would remember, humans are clever, relentless and unpredictable. Underestimating them would be a fatal mistake. The galaxy had learned a hard truth. Earth is no longer a minor world. Humanity is a force that cannot be ignored. And so, as the ship rested in orbit and the stars continued to shine above, the galaxy slowly recovered from its shock. Alien empires would rebuild, fleets would return, and battles would come again. But one thing had changed forever. The legend of the quantum drive battleship and the humans who commanded it would echo through history, a symbol of courage, intelligence, and determination. The galaxy had seen the rise of a new power. Humanity had fought, triumphed, and left a mark that would never fade. And in the quiet of space, one thought remained clear. Humanity has arrived. And the stars will never be the same.